Hi guys, welcome back. As you can see, it's a bit of a rainy day today. So I've been browsing around and I found a car that I really want to buy. It's this one, the SL350. It was running at one of the auctions not far away from where I live. So I thought to myself, wow, what a great car. I feel like I want to buy it actually. So I've been drooling over it for the past 4 days, researching about the car, having a look at pictures non-stop, perusing everything, browsing the forums and doing all sorts of research, dreaming about this car, you know, and already having a look at insurance and whatnot. Basically, yeah, that was my kind of life for the past 3 days, thinking I'm going to be driving this car very soon. So I've had a look at the description and everything, and basically ended up jumping on a train and going to the car auction to have a look at the car in person. So the auction was filled with tons of different cars. A lot of them were a bit of a banger material, if you like. There were a few cars that were in pretty good shape, I'd say. The majority of cars I didn't even bother to look at, because my intention here was just to come in and actually grab a car. In fact, that Volvo on the right hand side that you'll see in a moment, pity I missed it, because it went for about £1,000, was in very good condition. I also had a look at this Mini Cooper S convertible, but unfortunately this car had all sorts of faults with the engine, gearbox, EML and all that stuff. And then indoors you've also had some very notable vehicles, like this Nissan, I think it's a Skyline. It was Nissan Skyline they call it. I don't think it's a Skyline at all. But it had that car. It was imported. It had a stupid amount of mileage, like 190 I believe. And then we had this Audi TT 225 Quattro, very nicely spec'd. Everything was great up until the car started. It has so many faults, barely started. Such a pity, because I would have bought this car definitely, because it ran after the SL. So I always like to have backups at a car auction. I don't like going to the car auction just for one car. But absolute pity that this car was fully faulty. And here is the SL, the famous SL that I had my eyes on. I'm at the car auction today. I've narrowed my search down to that SL, the silver one. I think it's right over there. Let me show you. Right there in the background. It's grabbing a lot of attention here right now. There's lots of people coming to have a look at it. You know, not just for curiosity reasons, but just having a look because they want to buy this car. So what I've done when I came over, I had a very thorough look at the car, have a look at rear arches to inspect for rust, and just have a look at the rims, bodywork, just drooling around the car, but try not to show my attention to other potential buyers, because that's how auctions work. There's lots of strategies in there that you have to use. So anyway, as you can see, you've had all the other cars in there as well. Audi TTs, Z3s, that Jeep Wrangler over there. I've also had a look at all the classic cars that you can see. This auction normally runs 4 times a year, I believe. They've got some very nice cars, so they start storing these there, collecting them for 4th of November. But this Wrangler is an absolute weapon. It's fully packed for you to go outdoors basically. Would have been a perfect school run machine. Do you know what? Sometimes I'm so tempted to just go ahead and buy something like this for like £1,000. Ah, here's another one. It's a Subaru Impreza WRX. It had 189,000 miles on the clock. It was sold for I think it's 2,100 if I'm not mistaken. Finally, one of the guys came over to start the car so I can listen to the engine. There were no problems at all. The only problem with this particular car was that it was showing no brake force, switch ignition on, but I think that may be due to like battery drain or something like that. But yeah, anyway, here comes the second to last car, the WRX that has been sold, and thereafter you'll hear the bidding war for the SL. I am back at the train station. Woohoo! Yeah, I didn't buy the car basically. So it happens, you know, you go to the car auction, you really think you're gonna buy a car and you end up not buying it. The reason why I did not buy the car is because the bidding war, it was just crazy. The car has ended at a ridiculous amount of money. If you add the buyer's fee, that Mercedes SL ended up costing about 6,000 to 6,000, maybe 100 pounds. It's ridiculous. AutoTrader is currently filled with cars like this, being sold for 5,700 pounds, but the cars on AutoTrader are better spec. So the cars on AutoTrader have like panoramic roof and just like cooling seats, bits and bobs like that, which this car did not have. If you buy a car for this money to sell, you're gonna have a hard time making any profit at all. So I don't know, maybe he's one of those guys like me who bought like a Cougar to just use it for a bit and sell it for the same price. But yeah, I'm not sure. But the ideal price for this car at the auction, even the guide price shown at this particular auction, was 3.7 to 4.7 thousand pounds. 5.8 plus fees. No, that is crazy amount of money. Absolutely crazy amount of money. So yeah, unfortunately I didn't buy anything today. Better luck next week or next time, wherever I find another car. And yeah, continue to follow me. Let's see what happens in the future.